Are you waking up tired, unfocused, and wondering why your drive, the thing that once came naturally, now feels like it's slipping away? Are your mornings slower, heavier, like your engine just won't turn over the way it used to? I'm Dr. Barbara O'Neill, a board-certified urologist who's spent over 20 years helping men over 50 reclaim their energy, their confidence, and that spark they thought was gone for good. And today I'm going to show you the simple natural powder many men overlook, because what's happening inside your body each morning might surprise you. If you find this helpful, join our community by subscribing so you never miss videos designed for men like you. But here's what most men don't realize. Your morning drive doesn't fade overnight. It fades quietly, gradually, almost silently, until one day you wake up and think, why do I feel off? I see this all the time in my clinic. A man in his 50s or 60s sits across from me and tells me the same story. Doc, I'm waking up foggy, my muscles feel flat, my mind feels dimmer than it should, and it takes me longer to get going. And the truth is, it's not because you're doing anything wrong, it's because your body's internal chemistry, the same chemistry that once gave you effortless drive in the morning, is no longer aligned the way it used to be. You see, in your younger years, testosterone rises sharply in the early morning. It's like the body hits the gas pedal before you even open your eyes. But after 50, that rhythm naturally changes. The peak becomes softer, slower, weaker, and for many men, that normal decline becomes an accelerated decline because of stress, weight gain, poor sleep, and late night habits. So instead of waking up energized, you wake up feeling like your engine is running on yesterday's fumes. The second factor is something most men never think about: cortisol. Cortisol is supposed to help you wake up, feel alert, and get your body moving. But when your stress levels stay high, cortisol rises at the wrong time, often spiking during the night. And that nighttime spike competes with your testosterone rhythm. It's like pressing the brake and the gas pedal at the same time. So by the time the sun comes up, your body isn't in drive mode, it's in recovery mode. And then add sleep fragmentation. If you've ever woken up at 3 or 4 a.m. and struggled to fall back asleep, that's not random. That's your nervous system reacting to shifting hormones and aging sleep architecture. That 3 to 4 a.m. window is the exact moment your brain is supposed to be repairing hormonal pathways. When that window gets disrupted, the next morning feels heavy, unsteady, and unfocused. Blood flow is another piece of the puzzle. With age, your vascular system becomes stiffer, less responsive. Morning blood flow, and especially to the areas that depend on it most, becomes weaker. And when blood flow slows, everything connected to it slows too: energy, clarity, confidence, performance. And finally, insulin resistance. As you age, your cells don't respond to insulin the way they used to. And morning is the time when insulin resistance is highest. That means your muscles don't get the fuel they need, your brain doesn't get the glucose it needs, and your body feels stalled, even if you slept a full 8 hours. But here's the part that surprises men the most. All of these changes are connected by one overlooked internal switch most men never even think about. And once you understand it, the rest finally starts to make sense. Now here's where most men go wrong. They assume their energy fades because they're just getting older. They blame it on stress or lack of sleep or a slower metabolism, and yes, those all play a role. But what most men don't realize is that there's often a silent deficiency working in the background, draining their vitality from the inside out. I'm talking about a very specific nutrient, one that your body used to absorb and use effortlessly when you were younger. But with age, that changes. By the time you're in your 50s or 60s, your digestive system becomes less efficient at pulling certain minerals and amino acids from food. Your stomach acid weakens, your enzyme levels drop, and absorption rates fall. Even if you're eating a relatively balanced diet, you're probably not getting enough of what your body actually needs at the cellular level. And to make matters worse, your kidneys start flushing more of these essential nutrients out through urine, a natural but frustrating consequence of aging. This sets off a quiet chain reaction. Without these foundational building blocks, your body struggles to produce testosterone. It struggles to deliver oxygen-rich blood where it matters most. And the result? You wake up feeling like your system is running on fumes. Your muscles feel flat, your energy feels dull, and that sense of natural morning drive, the kind that once just showed up, starts disappearing. I see men blame themselves all the time, thinking they've lost their edge or their willpower. But in reality, their body is simply running on empty. So once we correct this foundation, something interesting happens. The body remembers what it used to do on its own. Hormones begin to balance, blood flow improves, energy rises again. But the real magic happens when we add one simple daily habit. But that's not all. But let's talk straight, because here's where most men finally start to feel hopeful. Once they understand the root issue isn't just aging, but a missing piece the body once had in abundance, things begin to shift. And that brings us to something incredibly simple, yet often overlooked. A natural, mineral-rich, amino acid-dense powder that, when used consistently, supports the exact systems responsible for morning energy, blood flow, and testosterone balance. Now, I'm not talking about some magic cure. This isn't hype or marketing. This is biology. This specific type of powder works on a foundational level. It feeds the very cells that generate energy, your mitochondria. It helps produce nitric oxide, which opens up blood vessels, improves circulation, and restores that sense of vitality you feel when everything's moving smoothly through your system. And because it's rich in key nutrients most men are unknowingly deficient in, it helps the body reset its hormonal rhythm, especially in the morning when testosterone should naturally rise. The reason it's so powerful is because of its bioavailability. That means your body doesn't have to work hard to use it. It's absorbable, it's ready. And when taken regularly, men start noticing changes: stronger mornings, clearer focus, better sleep patterns, even a shift in confidence that's hard to describe, because it's coming from the inside out. But here's what's wild. I've seen men take this powder every day for weeks, and they tell me, "Doc, I don't feel much." And the reason? It's not the powder, it's not their body, it's the timing. But here's the mistake I see men make every single week in my clinic. They add the powder, but they never fix the timing. Let's talk straight. Now, here's the mistake most men make, and it's a simple one, but it can cut your results in half. They take the powder, they stay consistent, they do everything right, but nothing changes. So they give up. They assume it doesn't work. But the truth is, it's not about the powder. It's about the timing. Your body follows a rhythm, a circadian rhythm, that governs everything from hormone production to digestion to blood flow. And when it comes to nutrients that support testosterone, nitric oxide, and mitochondrial energy, that rhythm is everything. Take the powder at the wrong time, and your body misses the signal. Take it at the right time, and suddenly your system knows exactly what to do. Here's what I mean. In the early morning, especially within the first hour after waking, your stomach acid is naturally stronger. Your insulin response is gentler. Your hormone receptors are more sensitive. This is the window when your body is primed to absorb and respond to certain nutrients. But if you take this powder late in the day or after a heavy meal, or even just before bed, you blunt its absorption. You throw off its signaling. And instead of waking up recharged and focused, you feel nothing. Or worse, you assume it's just not for you. I can't tell you how many men come into my office and say, "I tried that already, didn't feel a thing." And when I ask when they're taking it, the answer tells me everything. It's not that their body isn't capable, it's that no one told them timing matters this much. And once we fix this timing, men start seeing changes they haven't felt in years. But before you try anything new, there's something even more important you need to hear. Here's where most men go wrong. Listen, if you've been feeling off, low energy, no spark, like your mornings just don't have that edge anymore, I want you to hear this clearly. You're not broken. You're not failing. Your body is simply asking for support. And that's not weakness. That's wisdom. Most men over 50 go through this. It's more common than you think. But just because it's common doesn't mean you're stuck with it. I've seen men in their 50s, 60s, even their 70s make transformations that shocked them. Men who thought their best years were behind them, only to find that once their body had the right inputs, the right rhythm, and the right support, it started working with them again. Strength came back, clarity returned. Mornings didn't feel like a battle anymore. They felt like a beginning. You see, that surprising thing happening inside your body each morning, the sluggishness, the fog, the lack of drive, it's not just age, it's biology, it's chemistry, and it's fixable. Step by step, you can support your hormones, your energy, your confidence. And as you take steps to support your body, remember, you're not doing this alone. We're here to walk this with you. If you found this valuable, join our community and subscribe so you never miss future guidance designed for men like you. Because here, it's not about trends or gimmicks. It's about real answers, rooted in science, spoken with care. You deserve confidence. You deserve steady energy and deep restorative sleep. You deserve to feel strong in the morning again, because your health, your relationships, and your sense of self all matter deeply. They're not separate, they're connected. And when your body begins to feel aligned again, so does your life. Earlier, I told you something surprising was happening in your body each morning, and now you understand exactly why you've been feeling this way, and most importantly, what you can do to start changing it. Take care of your health, take care of your future, and remember, you are worth the effort. We're here with you every step of the way.